What's up, man? This is Iron and Soul, back today with another video. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, like, and share this video with someone who may need to hear it. I'm back today with another video, back locked in. Got my braids locked in today, feeling good, back on point. Very important topic. This is something that came to me today by request, and that is the issue of semen retention in arrested development. This is so huge for you men today listen to this topic, because I believe that if you can gain control over your sexual urges, and not that sexual urges are bad, let me make that clear. I think sometimes there's a misconception within this community that is wrong to have those urges. That's natural. It's the way you're wired, created by the Most High God. So that in itself is not sinful or wrong. I think it's healthy. It's good to have a strong sex drive, to be honest. That's a good thing. The challenge that you and I have is taking that drive and utilizing it for something that's going to be of our benefit to us. And so that's the purpose of this topic and this type of content. And so how do you redirect the energy in a way where it's beneficial to you? And so I'm going to read something today and share a few of my thoughts. This comes from the book Deliverance and Spiritual Warfare Manual by John Eckhart. And this is his thoughts on the topic of arrested development. And I think this will be of value to you, so just listen up. Arrested development is a spirit that causes a person to remain childish and immature. This is a prince of mind control. He operates in specific areas of the mind. Everything he does functions in the mind. His only target area is regression from age 13 to 0. And for every year it regresses, it manifests in a different spirit. There is a different demon assigned to each age, and each age demon has a specific task. And so let me kind of park there for a second. I'm gonna read some more of this and give a little commentary on that. That's so profound. You mean to tell me, Iron and Soul, there are actually real demons that target you at every age of your life? You really believe that? Yeah, I do. I do believe that the forces of hell, Lucifer, demons, are very real. And if you don't believe in that, just take a very casual listen to most of today's music. And these men, these women, are very clear of the conversations they have with demons and Lucifer and the allegiance they have to him. And so that's not to condemn those people. That's not the purpose of that statement. So don't misunderstand that. But what am I saying? If you listen to music, these are men and women who are very aware of the reality of the spirit world. Most musicians today, rappers and artists, R&B, pop music, they mention spirituality a lot. They talk about retention. You've heard that from NLE Chopper recently. Other rappers, you think about Kevin Gates. And even when it comes to topics like meditation and chakras, you hear people, some of the women who sing talk about that. You have those who are in the acting and entertainment industry, who mention their spirituality and their practices in the context of that. And so when you talk about this type of topic, this is a reality for people today in the modern world. And so what happens when you have arrested development, to get on track with this, it basically keeps you from being the full, mature version of yourself. And I think that's interesting because in today's culture, we really don't celebrate men transitioning to maturity. We basically live in a culture where we worship youth. And once you begin to develop and to think deeper and to grow, people mock you for it. People think you're lame. People think something's wrong with you. And that's the problem. And what that does is that tells me you and I, we live in a culture that fosters arrested development. So you begin to think deeper and begin to speak about unconventional wisdom. That's what this is. Retention, meditation, those are unconventional talks. The power of hair growth. That's something the average person doesn't want to hear. And when you begin to talk about it, they think you're crazy. And so that tells me that through various means of media, okay, it's not one person or one thing, but through music, through movies, through entertainment, through video games. And not that any of those are bad within themselves. Don't misunderstand that. I think I made a statement before and someone took it as I was saying it's wrong to play video games. That's not my point. It's not. I think video games can be helpful for you, to be honest. It can be a healthy form of entertainment when put in proper perspective. So I'm not here today saying you can't play video games, listen to music. I mean, I know some of you are going to hear because you want to hear that. You want to make me sound unrealistic to minimize or to diminish what I'm teaching. So I'm not saying that. This is not me saying that it's wrong for you to listen to music or play video games or have a good time or even enjoy time with a woman. That's not the point. The point of this is that there's a time when those activities, right, need to be pushed to the side so that you can develop what's really important for you in the context of your mind. And so arrested development is something that happens in your thinking. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Let's continue reading this. The spirit operates in reverse, and his main objective is to stop a person's growth spiritually and naturally. That's the main goal of this spirit, is to keep you as a man from growing spiritually as well as naturally. Another one of the spirit's goals is to take the person back to the position of the womb and to choke him to death. Now that's diving real deep there. Many people who experience choking in sleep state may be dealing with this spirit. And some of you have messaged me and told me you dealt with that. So I believe that. Even if it's the task is not completed, it opens doors for spirits of terror by night, nightmares, and the fear of the dark. So all of that deals with arrested development. Now that I've given that background briefly on something that's a very deep topic in the area of spirituality, warfare, and the spirit realm, you say, Aaron, what does that have to do with seed retention? I'm glad you asked me. Seed retention is a discipline for men that will help you to develop into break away from that arrested development. And it's a practice that has been proven over many centuries. I didn't make this up in 2022. We can go back many years, to the Chinese culture and over in Africa. We can talk about philosophers. We can talk about athletes. We can talk about all types of important, high-value men who are aware of this discipline and who have practiced this to success and to go forward in life. In fact, to help them build power and wealth. That was the purpose of Steve Jobs' practicing retention. His exact goal was to build power and wealth. And we can look at his life and Google him and document it and see that he did just that. So this will help you to develop physically. We talked about the benefits, utilizing the testosterone, beginning to make those androgen receptors in your brain more sensitive. So you're thinking clear, you're making logical decisions. So this will help you in a physiological way begin to counter, right, that arrested development, and primarily in the area of your thinking. This will help you get out of bed. And you don't want to go for a walk. You don't want to go work out. You don't want to do something that's going to help you go forward. You don't want to work on that side hustle. You know how it is. When you get down depressed, you don't want to do anything. And so I believe that this is a discipline that can help you to begin to fight against that direct agenda of the spirit of arrested development. So this will help you on a mental level, on a physical level, as well as, and most importantly, to be honest, most importantly, spiritually speaking. Seed retention does have a spiritual effect upon a man that does this. And if you don't believe me, do this for 15 or 30 days. For those of you who are more advanced, we're talking 6 months in, 1 year, 2 years, 6 years, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. But for you ones who are new, and you're kind of on the fence, you say, you know what, man, that sounds good, bro, but I don't know about all that. You have the right to be skeptical. I'll give you that. It's something that's new. It's not something the average guy talks about. So I understand that. Okay, why is this guy talking about this? I get it. If that's you, give it 15 days. After 15 days, go 30. And after 30 days, go what I refer to as Muhammad Ali mode. Muhammad Ali had a practice of retaining for 2 months before a boxing fight. You can go document and look that up. 2 months. So if you don't believe this, if you want to counter the arrested development, challenge yourself. Start first, 15 days. So go 30. And once you got to 30, go 2 months. And I can promise you, you will begin to counter that arrested development. So I trust this is of help to you. I think somebody out there needs to hear this. Some of you guys have been messaging me, asking me about this particular topic. I know this will help you. This will give you perspective. This may give you the boost or that jolt you need for today to continue your streak. For some of you, this may help you to begin this journey and begin to do more research. I suggest do more research, obviously. There are hundreds of articles you can read about this topic. Go do your own research, study, practice, and I guarantee you this will help you to go forward. This is your brother, Iron and Soul. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram at Percy Evans 36.